Hey guys, how are you today? I'm going to go live on YouTube while I'm going live on IG. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I think we're live. Hey guys, how are you today? So, I want to talk about some tax preparation niches. Okay, so we are in the 2022 tax season, but it is 2023, right? So, I did have somebody recently send me an email. She was like, Krista, why do you keep referring to the 2022 tax year? And I forget that if you're new to taxes, it can be a little confusing, right? So we're currently in 2023, true enough, but you are preparing taxes for 2022, right? So a lot of the laws that you're going to be learning, even when the new enroll agent or the special enrollment examination is updated, they're going to be testing you on 2022 tax law starting from they generally release the new guidance in April. So I would say starting from April 2023 all the way to February 28th of 2024, you're going to be tested on 2022 tax law, right? So this is just a heads up for you guys. We're always generally, 1 year behind, right? So we're in 2023, but you're going to be preparing taxes for the 2022 tax year. Okay. So with that being said, I want to talk about the niche, right? So people often ask me, Krista, do I have to niche down when it comes to tax preparation? Right. And I tell clients all the time, listen, help as many people as you can, right? You want to get, colleagues as clients, friends, family, you want to also focus on niche clients, right? The reason why we focus on a niche is because it's a lot easier to target them, right? So, imagine if you're just trying to throw out a wide net for tax preparation, you may pick up some people that are ready to come to you for taxes. But what if you were laser focused with the type of person that you wanted to target, right? You were focused on a specific industry or a specific niche. You are more likely to attract more people by being laser focused and laser targeted on the type of client that you want, right? So in my book, High Value, High Ticket, it is on Amazon. You can get it. Now I'm in chapter 3. So chapter 3 is a niche accelerator, right? And one of the things that I want you to understand is not only do you niche down when it comes to like bookkeeping clients, CFO clients, tax planning, tax resolution, but tax preparation is important too. Now, what's interesting is that you can have, in essence, almost two different niches when it comes to tax prep specifically. So here's what I mean. When you're going after a tax preparation client, for example, you could go after maybe somebody within cryptocurrency, right? There are tens of millions of people that bought and sold cryptocurrency in 2022, right? Their tax return is a lot more complicated. Okay. So those folks are less likely to want to prepare their taxes themselves, right? They're less likely to go to TurboTax. They're more likely to hire somebody like you, right? But they need to know that you also specialize in virtual currency, that you also know the tax law implications of virtual currency, right? Now, you can have that as a tax preparation niche, virtual currency. Would I advise that to be a niche for bookkeeping or for CFO services? No, right? Even though those that invest in cryptocurrency could potentially have a business, it's not a feasible niche to go after if you really want to focus on like CFO services or bookkeeping, right? I would switch up the niche for bookkeeping or CFO services to maybe more of a business, a B2B specific niche, right? Because any consumer could have bought and sold cryptocurrency, whether they were in business or not. So this is what I mean by this is where you potentially could fall into two different niches. One could be you want to really go after this niche because it's a huge niche, right? It's cumbersome. It's not something that a regular person can do themselves. Cryptocurrency would be a great niche to go after for tax clients, right? You could pull up any Facebook group, any Instagram hashtag, you could find thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people that have bought and sold cryptocurrency. Now, to hit your goal, like how much do you want to make in tax season, right? what's your tax season goal? Most people tell me they want to make 100,000, right? 200,000 during tax season, 50,000, right? Well, if you get somebody like cryptocurrency, right? Maybe because their tax return is a little bit more complicated, right? You could be working with Schedule B, Schedule D. Maybe you charge them, I don't know, on average $550, right? And if your income goal is what? Start typing in the chat. How much do you want to make during tax season? Go ahead and type that in the chat for me so I can see where you guys are at. So let's just say it is, let's say it's 50,000. Oh. Let's see if my computer is going to work. There you go. So let's say it's 50,000 and the average fee, what did I say? 550. So you need about 90 cryptocurrency people, right? 90 folks to come to you for taxes. That's not bad. Go to Facebook right now, pull up a virtual currency Facebook group. I guarantee you any one of those groups has tens of thousands of people that are actively buying and selling cryptocurrency, right? And I'll talk about this in the marketing section. We'll get to this another day, but I do talk about how to find these people on social media. But let's go back to the niche. Now, cryptocurrency is just one niche. What other tax prep niches could you potentially go after this year, right? You could go after teachers. That is a huge niche in itself, right? You can go after nurses or people in the health community, right? Doctors. You can go after insurance agents, real estate agents. I mean, there's so many different specific industries you can go after. And what I'm telling you is that when you do focus on a niche specifically for tax preparation, you're more likely to find and discover and be discovered by your ideal clients, right? And then obviously you can charge a little bit more. Why? Because you are more knowledgeable, right? If you get somebody who doesn't know a thing about cryptocurrency and they get a crypto client who had hundreds of buys and sales for 2023, they're not gonna know what to do. And I will venture to say they might mess it up, right? But if you get somebody who is tried and true, you know, you're their 50th or 100th cryptocurrency client, right? They geek out on crypto or virtual currency. They understand all the tax implications, right? They understand how to properly report and maybe even delay some of the gains on the taxes. You now can charge a higher fee for this, right? Because now you have a greater level of skill set than somebody who doesn't, right? Same is true with nurses or teachers or doctors or insurance agents or real estate agents. So what I want you to do, I just want you to make sure that you're clear on what industry do you to focus on for tax preparation, right? Like, what specific industry? It could be a B2C, right? You can go after the mass consumer market, which again would be something like cryptocurrency, or you can go more after a B2B, which would be more so, I would say, real estate agents. Those people are in themselves self-employed, right? So you also can pick up their bookkeeping, right? You also could potentially pick up some CFO services or tax planning. That's where I would prefer you to go, but I understand that not everybody wants to offer CFO services or even do bookkeeping. So the key that I want you to understand is just you have to know how to niche down, and you have to make sure that you understand the pains and problems of that niche, right? So in chapter 3, when I'm talking about the niche, I said geek out, right? How many of you guys heard me say that? Right. So it says, now that you have chosen a niche, there are a few different things that you want to do to make sure that you truly understand the pains, problems, and desires of the new age. I go on to say, you know, one of the main factors in demonstrating value is truly understanding what your ideal client struggles with and what they desire, right? So what does that mean? Well, if I know cryptocurrency is very cumbersome, right? If I know that there are common pitfalls that, you know, taxpayers fall into when they go to report their gains or losses or their buys and sales, I now can speak to those pains and desires, right? So now I can do content like this, right? On social media, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I can post that content. And this is what I mean about becoming discovered. Why? Because right now, people that bought and sold cryptocurrency in 2022 are now searching, how do I report my buys and sales, right? How do I not pay a lot in taxes, right? They're now searching for this content. right now, right? And it's going to continue. You're going to see a huge spike. Go on Google Trends from January to April, there's a spike in tax questions, right? People in all different niches all across the world are searching for specifically the United States. I don't know any other countries tax season, right? I'm sure they have, those that have taxes, they have their own tax season, but specifically within the United States, on Google, the trend to know how to pay the least amount of taxes, how to avoid paying taxes, right? Like these are all commonly searched for phrases right now. So when you have a niche and you start, distributing content that's geared around this niche, especially right now, you are setting yourself up to be discovered by your ideal clients, right? Now they find you on social media because they were searching for the hashtag on Instagram, or they were searching for the hashtag on TikTok, or maybe it was recommended to them through the Explore page on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because the algorithms, how many of you have thought about something and it showed up on your timeline, right? Or it showed up in your Explore page, right? It's freaky. So that's what you want to happen. You want to create content around your niche, position yourself as an expert, understand their pains and problems, and be able to charge more money per tax return because you possess a unique skill set and expertise that the average other tax pro that's not specialized doesn't, right? Type 1 if you're feeling me on this, right? Type 1 if you like, yes, Krista, I got you. And then I want you to type, what is the niche you are going to go after this year? What niche are you going to go after this tax season? You have what? I would say January is almost over. Okay. You got February, March, April. You got 3.5 months. Let's just call it 4 months, right? You got 16 weeks. What niche are you going to go after over the next 16 weeks? What niche are you going to commit to over the next 16 weeks? What niche are you going to start doing content around over the next 16 weeks, right? I need you to focus because this is where you are going to experience a quantum leap in your business. Why? Because now we know where to find these people. Birds of a feather flock together. Now we use hashtags, find them on Instagram, hashtags, we're going to find them on TikTok. We're going to go to Facebook groups, right? We're going to find them on Facebook. We're going to search for their job title on LinkedIn, find them on LinkedIn. There's no way that I'm confident that if you guys focus and you do this, you will hit your income goal. Closed mouths don't get fed, guys. You cowering behind your computer, not actually marketing right now is not helping you hit your income goal, right? I get it. We're all scared. We're all terrified of putting ourselves out there, right? We're all afraid of being judged, right? We're all afraid of saying the wrong thing, right? But don't let that hold you back. Start to geek out, learn what you can, and start putting yourself out there, start networking, start introducing yourself, right? Another day I'll go over the strategy. I'll put it in, let me see what chapter it's in. Chapter 13 called sliding in the DMs, okay? Slide in the DMs, okay? What? Chapter 13, slide in the DMs. Because once you know where to find these people, guess what you got to do? Once you know where to find them and you know the tax law applicable, you know you geeked out, what do you got to do now? Closed mouths don't get fed, guys. You got to introduce yourself. You got to say, hey, I see you do this. I help people that do that. Do you need any help? It's really simple, right? Like, it's so amazing that success comes down to core principles, okay? It all comes down to core principles. And if you learn the principles and you take action, you're going to get results, right? You're going to get clients. You're going to get people that are attracted not only to your content, but that we're like, oh yeah, I was just looking for somebody, right? Now, here's the other thing that I want to mention to you, and I almost forgot to mention it just now. So back in, let's see, 2016, I believe it was, my grandfather, he worked at a UAW, right? What does UAW stand for, guys? A Union Association Workers or something like that? He worked at a UAW. And there was a gentleman that did taxes, that every tax season, the UAW will allow him to post up in the like break room or something like that at the UAW and do taxes. All of the guys at the UAW would drop off their tax returns. The guy would sit there with his laptop, his computer, and he'll collect all the tax returns and prepare them, and he'll return them back within a couple of days, right? Why do I tell you this story? Why would I tell you that? Well, you can do the same thing. This is also the power of niching down when it comes to tax preparation, right? There's nothing stopping you from going to, your own UAW, right? Like where is all your ideal clients congregating, right? So if we wanted to go after teachers, for example, why wouldn't I go to high schools and middle schools and offer them an opportunity to get, every teacher within that school, their taxes prepared for a discount, right? Or for, some sort of incentive. There's nothing stopping you from actually going after these businesses, these organizations, and offering your services to their entire business, right? Schools, we can call that a business. We can go to schools and we can offer our services, right? We can go to hospitals and we can offer our tax prep services to all the nurses and doctors, right? We can go to plants, right? I stay in the Metro Detroit area, so we have Chrysler and General Motors. We can go to these manufacturing plants and offer, can we partner together? Can we post up in your can we send somebody to put a flyer in everybody's mailbox, right? I went into one of these places. It was for school buses. I did this strategy years ago. I did this, y'all. Everything I'm telling you guys, I've done. So I went to, there's a school bus organization called First Student, I think it was. And when you go into First Student, they have hundreds of bus drivers, right? I'm like, man, if I could just get 50 bus drivers, right? As a tax client, $300, right? I'm just trying to hit all of the niches at once, right? So she allowed me, I was like, hey, I have a discount for this? Can I get approval to put it in all of their mailboxes, right? Because they have little mailboxes that they pull from to check all their mail, right? Got approval, was able to put my flyer into all their mailboxes. So something as simple as that you can do, right? Having a flyer specific for General Motors workers, or having a flyer specific for Amazon workers, right? You go to, a place like Amazon, and they have hundreds of workers at each plant. Maybe you can work up something where you offer your tax prep services to all of the Amazon workers. Like, you have to put yourself out there. Money and the type of life that you want to get in clients is not going to just come because you thought about it, right? Faith without works is dead. So you have to believe that you're going to be successful, but you also have to every day get up and be active, right? You have to put works behind your faith. So this means we have to get on social media. We can slide in their DMs, right? We can go to these different organizations and offer our services. You have to do all that you can with what you have. Everything that I just said costs little to no money. It costs you no money to introduce yourself to somebody on social media who actually needs your services, right? It costs you no money to go live and to give value about, a particular tax situation for a very specific niche, right? It costs you no money to call up your local high school or your local real estate office or your local hospital, or go drive up to there and say, hey, I actually specialize in Amazon tax, Amazon workers taxes. I would love to see, there's any collaboration opportunities where I can offer my services to your group, right? For an incentivized rate. The worst that they can say is what? No. In which case, you take that no and you go to the next person, and you go to the next organization, and you do another video, and you DM somebody else, and you keep freaking going. You keep going, guys. You don't stop. I believe in you. I believe you can do this, okay? Oh no, the sound went out on Instagram. Instagram, you know what? If you guys heard this on YouTube, I hope y'all heard this on YouTube. Instagram went out. But hopefully they can catch that on YouTube. Sorry, Instagram. I tried. I don't know what is wrong with Instagram. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I will be on here tomorrow. We're gonna keep tackling a chapter within this book, but right now, today, niche. What's your niche? And you just start going after your niche, right? And you can't get this book on Amazon. You can order it, and I think Amazon will deliver it within a day or two. It'll come like right away. But you need to niche down, guys, and start truly understanding what are the pains and problems of your niche so that you can help them. Okay.